Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Lauren. I'm a volunteer with Warrior Yoga Toronto. Today I'll be guiding you through a lunch hour reset practice. Now, despite the name, this can of course be done over your lunch break or really any time throughout the day. You just need to step away and refresh. So throw in something comfortable to move in, set up your space, and as always, be sure to move in a way that feels good in your body today. If anything I offer doesn't work for you, feel free to modify or take a different variation or skip it altogether. This practice is entirely yours. And we are going to begin standing today. So meet me at the top of your mat, feet about hip distance apart, equal weight through both legs. And we're going to begin just by rolling out the shoulders. So taking a few rolls up towards the ears and back down the spine. And then moving in the opposite direction, rolling them up and the shoulders forwards. Taking one more backwards to reset here. On your next inhale, reach the arms up tall overhead. Gaze can lift. Exhale, hands down towards the side. Tuck the chin towards the chest, lengthening through the back of the neck. Inhale, reaching everything up. And exhale, back down. One more time, inhaling, reach up. Pausing here at the top, grabbing onto the left wrist with the right hand, reaching over to the right side. Opening up through the side body here, maybe sending weight into that left foot. Breathing deep into the ribs. And then we'll inhale to come back through center, switching sides, reaching over the opposite direction. Trying to create length and space here. And then inhale, coming back up through center. Exhale, take the hands about shoulder height, palms face forward. Inhale here, send the shoulder blades together, heart lifts. Exhale right there. And then inhale, we'll reach the hands up to the sky. On the exhale, hinge forward over those hips. Hands come towards the earth. Keeping a nice generous bend in the knees here so we don't overextend the hamstrings. We'll breathe in, coming up halfway. Hands can press into the legs, creating a long spine. And exhale, melting forward over the legs. Inhaling back up halfway. And exhale to fold. One more time with your breath. Meeting in our forward fold here, we'll plant the hands down into the mat. Step both feet back into a plank. Knees can kiss the ground. We'll take a pause at the top here. And then bending into the elbows, lowering all the way down onto the front body. Untuck the toes to press the tops of the feet into the earth. Hands about shoulder height here. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart up. And exhale, back down. You can inhale to roll up. Gentle back bend. And exhale down. Inhale, coming back up. This time at the top, send the hands forward, coming to rest on the forearms, stacking the elbows beneath the shoulders. So our weight is in our bones here, making this as effortless as possible. Choosing to stay here, pulling the heart forward, or let the chin come down towards the chest, creating a length in the back of the neck. Again, you may pause here or begin to roll the right ear over to the right shoulder. And then chin back down through center. Breathing in, sending the opposite ear over. And rolling this out here, being mindful of our neck. Taking your time, spending an extra moment anywhere that's sticky. spine center. Chin lifts parallel to the ground. And we'll slide the hands back towards the shoulders, letting the chest come down. Pressing into the earth to lift ourselves up. Coming into tabletop here. So hips stacked over knees, shoulders over wrists, wide fingers pressing down into the earth. On an inhale, drop the belly button down, lift the heart, lift the tailbone. And exhale, round through the spine, pressing into the earth, creating space between the shoulder blades. Inhaling to arch the back. And exhaling to round. Continuing with this cat-cow movement at your own pace. And feeling free to layer in any extra movements you need to wake up the body. Making these as small or as exaggerated as you need. Taking nice deep breaths as you move through this. And we'll come to meet back with a neutral spine. Tuck the toes behind you. Start to walk the hands back, sinking the hips towards the heels, coming into a toe squat here. If you have any foot or ankle injuries or this becomes too intense, come out any amount, resting into the palms here. But if this is accessible, sit the hips back, stretching out through the toes and the feet here, knowing that this is not comfortable, I'm sure, for anyone, but it is really good for us. So settling in here, breathing through that discomfort, and then taking our mind off of it a little bit, we'll make fists with our hands and begin to roll out the wrists in one direction. And then the other. Giving them a bit of a shake, especially if we're spending extra time sitting in front of computers or on our phones. This is really good to release any of that tension in there. Give the wrists a little bit of a flick. And we'll begin to slowly shift our weight forward, resting on the hands here, walking it out. Untuck the toes slowly. Give the top of the feet a little pat. We'll take the knees a little bit wider, toes together, send the hips back, sinking into your child's pose. Hands can reach forward, maybe the forehead meets the mat. Connecting with our breath here, trying to breathe deep into the low belly, feeling it expand beneath you towards the earth. Maybe giving the toes a little bit of a wiggle and a curl. One more deep breath, filling up, feeling the ribs at the back of the body expand. And then we'll press the hands down, lifting ourselves up again into that tabletop position. Just for a moment, we'll tuck our toes, lift the hips, moving into our first down dog. So taking a moment here to find some movement, maybe walking at your dog, dropping one heel at a time, rocking the hips from side to side. All the while pressing the earth away from you, looking for a long spine, sending the hips up towards the sky. And then we'll meet for a moment of stillness here. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth, side out. Looking forward, begin to walk or step with as many steps as you need up to meet the hands. Coming into that forward fold, we'll breathe into our halfway lift and exhale, fold. Pausing here for a moment, taking a nice generous bend in the knees. Hands can be towards the earth or grabbing onto opposite elbows. Letting go of the head, maybe shaking it yes or no. And then release the hands down. Begin to roll yourself one vertebrae at a time, all the way back up to standing. Head is the last thing to arrive here. We'll meet at the top, give the shoulders one roll, back to reset. And inhale, reach the arms up tall. Exhale, take the hands down to that shoulder height, palms face forward. Inhale, shoulder blades together, shine the heart up. Pause for the exhale. Inhale, reach the fingers tall. And then folding forward. Breathing in, coming up halfway. And exhale, lowering back down. Planting the hands, take a nice big step back with the left toes. Either coming onto the toes here or step the foot in flat. Turning it out about 45 degrees. Keeping a bend in that front leg. We'll inhale, rise all the way up. Either to our high lunge or warrior one. Trying to send equal weight through both feet. Really engaging through the legs here. Squaring off the hips. Arms are tall, shoulders are down and away from the ears. Tapping into your strength here in the legs, firing up. We'll release the hands down, clasping behind the back if it's accessible, or reaching for opposite forearms. Inhale to roll the shoulders back, shine the heart up, lift the chest, opening here. Gaze can come towards the sky and sending the knuckles away from you. One more round of breath here. And we'll unclasp, breathe in, hands come all the way up. And then we'll come down to frame that front foot. If your back foot is flat, take a step to come onto the toes. Root down through the left palm and inhale, right fingertips up to the sky, twisting open. Nice big breath in here. And we'll plant that right hand on the inside of the front foot, heel toe it towards the outside of your mat, making some space. And drop that back knee. Take a moment here, right in this position. Stretching into that front hip. And then we'll shift backwards, flexing the front toes up towards you. Fingers can meet the mat wherever they land, opening into the front hamstring. And then we'll inhale to shift back forward. Planting the hands down, tuck the back toe to lift that knee, and begin to walk yourself over to the left side, coming into a side lunge here. Now this might look different for different people, different bodies, so you may stay up a little bit here, or you may sink down, lifting the side toes up towards the sky, choosing whatever variation feels best in your body. Letting go of any expectations, not pressuring ourselves into anything, moving in a way that feels good. One more breath here. Using our hands to lift ourselves up, coming into a forward fold with our wide legs, so all 10 toes face the same direction. Breathe in, coming up halfway to set yourself up. And then exhale, folding forward any amount here. Keeping a micro bend in the knees so we don't lock them. The head can hang long here. Letting go of any tension in the neck and shoulders. Deep breaths while we're upside down. And then pressing into the hands, we'll inhale, coming up halfway, walking back to the front of our mat, turning all 10 toes to face the same direction. Meeting in our lunge here, we'll bend into both knees, step the back foot to meet the front, reset through halfway lift, and then melt back down. Planting the hands, step the opposite foot back. Again, coming onto toes or setting up for your warrior one. We'll breathe in to rise all the way up, growing tall here. Finding a strong and steady base. Firing up through the legs. Adjusting your stance as you need. And on your next exhale, let the hands come behind the back. If hands are clasping, try to switch your grip, so opposite thumb on top here. And we'll roll the shoulders back to lift the heart. Getting a nice opening. Hands may come away from the low back. Encouraging a bit more of a stretch. And releasing the hands. We'll inhale, reaching tall. Exhale, frame that front foot. Rooting down this time through the right hand. Inhale, left fingertips to the sky. Deep breath into this easy twist. And then hand comes to plant on the inside of that front foot. Heel toe out to the outside of our mat. And let that back knee meet the ground. Sinking in here any amount. Holding this shape for a moment. And then we'll send our hips back, flex the front toes up towards us. Stretching into the hamstring here. Finding space, using our breath to settle in. And then shifting forwards. We'll pop that back knee up and begin to walk ourselves to the opposite side, coming into your side lunge, the other direction. I'm going to turn around to face you here. Again, choosing whichever shape feels best in your body. Hands can stay down on the mat for support, or they can come up anywhere else that feels right. Breathing into this stretch for one more round. And then using our hands to help us, we'll walk ourselves up back into that wide leg shape. So turning all 10 toes again to face the same direction. Inhale, coming up halfway to set up. Hands may stay down in front of the face, or they may reach around the low back, clasping together. Choose your variation. And exhale to fold back down. Again, adjusting your feet as you need. Take them wider for more space. Making this feel good in your body. If hands are clasped, we'll gently bring them back and down towards the earth. One breath in, coming up halfway. And then walking all 10 toes to the same direction, meeting in that low lunge. Step back, coming into our plank, and send the hips up to our down dog. Taking 3 breaths here together. Finding movement or stillness, whatever you need at this point in your practice. And we'll take a nice deep bend in the knees. Walk, step, or hop your way to a comfortable seat. Taking the soles of the feet together. Allow the knees to just fall apart here. Landing wherever they may. If you have props, you can always tuck them just beneath the knees. And take a nice deep breath in, grow tall. Exhale, we'll gently begin to roll and round forward. Again, coming down any amount. Letting the head hang low here. Releasing any tension through the neck. Just allow gravity to do its thing. And begin to slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Chin parallel to the ground. Bring those knees together here. Soles of the feet to the mat. We'll begin to slowly roll ourselves all the way down onto our backs. Taking the feet about mat width apart, let the knees knock into one another. And then just start to rock them from side to side. A little bit of a windshield wiper action here. And then taking the feet back onto the mat, hug the knees in towards you. Grabbing on to the front of the shins or the knees. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. And then allow the knees to fall over to one side of the mat. Trying to keep both shoulders on the ground as much as possible. The knees might not meet the ground. That's totally fine. Arms can reach out long beside you or come into a T or in a cactus shape depending on your space. And if you have room in your neck, you can send the gaze in the opposite direction of the knees. Bringing it out here in this reclined twist, breathing deep into the belly, slowing everything down. Eyes can close if it feels good. When you're ready, use the next inhale to send the head back up to center. Hug the knees back in. And then gently guide them over to the opposite side. And if it feels good, turning the head away from them. Settling in here. Using these last few minutes together. Really reset, refresh our mind. Allowing yourself to just take a break from everything. We've moved our bodies, now we just get to let it all settle in. Next inhale, coming back through center. Hugging the knees in towards the body one more time, giving yourself a nice big hug. And then making your way into your final resting posture, your Shavasana. This might be legs out long, hands down at your sides. Or it may feel better to rest the soles of the feet on the mat, knees knocking into one another. Or you may prefer to finish your practice seated, choosing whatever works best for you right now. letting your breath come to its natural rhythm, relaxing through the whole body, starting with the feet, and through the calves and the thighs, relaxing through the hips, all the way up the spine, letting the shoulders soften, all the way down the arms to the fingers, relaxing through the neck and the jaw. Let the lips come apart, tongue falls from the roof of the mouth. And softening through the eyebrows all the way up to the crown of the head. Just enjoying a few moments of peace and quiet here. Knowing that you can come back to this peace anytime throughout the day, whether it's for a half hour or longer, or even if it's just for a few moments. You always have the option to step away, to reset, even if that comes just in the form of an exhale. If you have the time left, I encourage you to stay here for a while. Soak this in, treat yourself. But whenever you're ready, you can join me in inviting small movements back into fingers and toes, waking up wrists and ankles, maybe reaching up overhead, stretching all the way from the fingers down to the feet. And if you're laying down, make your way onto your favorite side, pausing here for a moment. And then with the help of your hands, guiding yourself up to a seat. Meeting together, either with our hands together in front of our heart, or one placed on top of another. Gentle bow of the head for one last moment of gratitude. Thanking ourselves for taking the time to step away, to reset and reconnect. And I want to thank you all for joining me today, allowing me to guide you. And I wish you a wonderful rest of your day or week wherever you are. We hope to see you again soon.